sticking with, I suppose, net zero and Agenda 2030 in a sense, let me welcome Sandy to the programme. Well, what's going on in Malvern with the Malvern Environmental Protection Group?
Well, they've been formed really because the Malvern Hills Trust, I think it's the MHTs, what do you call it? The thing that the Malvern Hills Trust is the body that look after the Malvern Hills, and it's financed by the council tax, people that pay their council tax. And what's happened is that they've changed the structure, and they've tried to modernise its governance. This is the Malvern Hills Trust, and they've proposed a private bill which really takes the power away from the trustees. At the moment, I think there's 29 of them, I think it was, and they've reduced it down to 12, and 6 of those are not. They don't even live. 6 of those trustees have been cherry-picked, and they actually don't live in the area. And so what the people are worried about is that it's actually going to create tension, because this trust is saying that they're going to be using SSIs, we call them sites of scientific interest. There's a worry that this will restrict people's movement on the hills, and the protection committee are sort of heading up this a big campaign against it, because it's another corporate takeover of our land, and unfortunately that's what we're seeing. We're seeing governance being taken over from people's representation. So the community members fear that the bill could have paved the way for increased commercialisation of the hills, potentially prioritising, revenue generating activities. And I'm sure that's what will happen. I think we've really got to look at this. So this corporate takeover of our land, and taking it out of the hands of the people and the trustees that look after it and have done for many, many years, and putting it into corporate private hands for commercial interests. And this is what we're finding. It's just, it is absolutely appalling what's going on. And I think, the Environmental Protection Group, do look them up. It's the Malvern Hills Environmental Protection Group. I think Jeff Buys Cars did a wonderful YouTube on it, so do look that up as well. He interviewed one of the trustees from this group, and really went into how they're taking literally the power away from the people who pay for it. I mean, we pay for this in our council tax. And I just wanted to really highlight the fact that there is this there's always been an infiltration to take away our power from these charities that were formally set up, like the National Trust and the RSPB. I'm dubious about the World Wildlife Fund, but there's an infiltration to bring extreme climate fascism, I call it, into all these bodies, and this is what's happening. And unfortunately, we've got this the Living Planet Act is coming up. And it's the RSP, the World Wildlife Fund, are trying to get this into Parliament, and they're succeeding. They're going to try and get an act called the Living Planet Act, which it hasn't been enacted in law yet, but it remains in a legislative proposal advocated by the WWF to establish a legally binding framework that integrates the efforts to address climate change, biodiversity loss, and food security, which is interesting. So we've got these people, these bodies, these charities that seem to have adopted this kind of completely radical, crazy climate, fascism, I call it, because they're just adopting all these ideologies that are forcing people off the land and taking everybody's representative bodies who actually pay for the land away. And this is what we've got to really look at and fight against. Yeah.
Thank you, Sandy.